Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie. You're not either any of these blokes. This is Jagdpanzer General. Jagdpanzer General in the Skorpion with a K. Skorpion with a K is a Tier 8 premium German tank destroyer. The one, look, it's also come out as a Skorpion G, but the Skorpion G comes with its own paint job, its own style, and you can't put another style or a camo on it. This is the Skorpion. It's exactly the same tank. The only difference is the way it looks. One tank's already gone down in this game, the FL10, the EBR, the wheel tank, the premium French light tank on the enemy team. The score's 1-0 and we're playing on Fisherman's Bay. Now, Jagdpanzer General's been sending me replays for a long time, years in fact. Now, how he didn't penetrate that IS-3, I will never know. His team are doing okay. They're up by 2 tanks, 2-0, and is down in the normal tank destroyer spot, I guess you might say, on Fisherman's Bay. Tell me about the gun, Stewie. It's a 128mm gun, 490 alpha damage, which isn't too bad at Tier 8. 246 penetration with standard ammunition, which is armor piercing. Premium, which is armor piercing composite rigid, APCR, is 311mm. So what's that? An extra 65 millimeters extra of penetration, unless my mathematics is out. There's also an HE option. I'm not sure if he's going to use it in this game, but he's looking to see if he can get a little bit of red outline on the Progetto 46 on the enemy team. Tier 8 auto reloading Italian medium tank. His team are doing fine at 3-0, but Jagdpanzer General, he's put 1 shot of damage out. He's getting ready though. He's saving. He doesn't. It's not one of those tanks that you can YOLO straight in. People do that from time to time. People do YOLO straight in. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. It's got no armor. You might think, oh yeah, the gun's fantastic, sure. Yeah, it is, and it is. It's accurate. It's not a bad alpha damage at 490. But what's the downside? It hasn't got any armor at all. You're not going to bounce anything. Doesn't matter who you come up against. If they shoot your turret, they're going to penetrate, I think. They might bounce off the gun, but they're not going to penetrate off that paper-thin turret. The body is a body of a Panther, and which is what it looks like. And look, you might. The tracks might eat the odd shot, and you might get away with a little bit if someone shoots your tracks and doesn't do any, bounces off them, or just tracks you rather than taking any hit points off you. But if you're doing it that way, you're probably doing it wrong. Anyway, I'm not the person to talk about how to play this tank. Let's have a look at Jagdpanzer General and what he can do. It's 4-2 the score now as 2 friendly tanks get taken out. Artillery indicating that they're going to shoot the IS-3 up here in the corner. Interesting position for an IS-3. Yeah, but you get that. You get Jagdpanzer General. As mentioned, he's been playing this game for a long time. Very good player. Nice bloke. Oh, I've never met him. I'm sure he is a nice bloke, but he's been sending us replays for a little while, as have some of the other people that are going to be in this extravaganza. I'm not sure what happened there. The Ferdinand clearly just fired a split second before Jagdpanzer General Skorpion to get the kill on the IS-3. The LTTB just got blown apart by the ISU 152K. That's the one with the big one. He shoots him, pulls back. I reckon he could probably beat him on the reload, but I don't know. Would you be brave enough? That's a 750 alpha damage gun on that ISU 152K. The second shot, not sure where it went, but he got 171 assisted damage on the ISU 152K. This is the one that came out not too long ago. It's I don't have it yet, but look, I might get it. You never know. Bang goes. There you go. He beat the Ferdinand that time. The Ferdinand fired at the same time as well, nearly stealing the kill like he did with the IS. Well, he didn't steal the kill with the IS. He shot him and he got the kill. Anyway, Jagdpanzer General's on 1 kill, 1,633 hit points of damage, 742 assisted damage. You don't often see only the assisted damage in a tank destroyer. It might not always be due to your vision, but he has spotted out some tanks earlier on. Look at that artillery, yes! Shoots and kills the scumbass, brings the score back to 8-4. That's 2 kills, 2,000 damage, 742 assisted damage, rolling forward with the score on 8-4. You'd think the result is a foregone conclusion, but you never know. You never know. We've all been there. We've all been in this position, and the scoreboards, the tables have been turned. There's an UDES 14-5. Last spotted not too far from the enemy cap, just down there in these bushes over there. Just there on the mini map. Now that UDES 14-5, I'm tipping I'm no expert on camouflage values and all that kind of stuff, but the UDES 14-5 is a flat pack tank. It's very low, which tells me it's probably going to have a pretty good camo rating. It's going to be pretty hard for a Skorpion to outspot him. But Jagdpanzer General has gone, don't worry, hold my beer, I've got this. He's rolling forward in the direction of where the UDES 14-5 was last seen, in the bushes, and he's thinking, well, I've got to fight him. Maybe he knew that UDES was a one-shot. He does get hit for 369 hit points of damage, but he picks up his third kill, and now he's looking towards the French non-turreted TD, the AMX AC-48. Shoots him once in the side, takes him down to 282 hit points, which is a one-shot for the Skorpion. 10-5 the score. Looking, he's up to 2,500 damage. The ISM, you beauty, this is a side shot into the ISM, sticking with standard rounds, even though it's got armor, because who cares? The side of the turret's not going to bounce that Skorpion G bullet anytime soon. 11-7, 2 friendly tanks just got taken out there, the GW Tiger as well as this Carnarvon Action X at tier 8, and look, it's an all tier 8 game. 4 kills to Jagdpanzer General, 2,804 damage, 742 assist, is flying over this little undulation, I guess you would call it, and he's got there, the Frenchie's not looking his way, so he puts a bullet into the side of the back of the tank, and that brings the score up to 12-7. Only 3 tanks remain, they've all last been seen down there in the south, so let's quicken it up. Let's see how fast we can get this Skorpion. He's flying down, looking for some more action. Can he get 1 or 2 more shots off? You know what it's like at the end of the game, and there's not many tanks remaining. It's on for young and old. There's an STA-1 there, copping it from the Louis, shoots the side of the Louis, gets killed by the Ferdinand again, and that just leaves the guard down here on 366 hit points. Feeling a little bit nervous, he knows he can take a shot, so he rolls into him, takes the shot, takes the kill. That's his 6th kill. That's a top gun. You've got to be pretty happy with that. Jagdpanzer General, what an absolute ripper. He turns his tank around to make it look pretty cool, just like that, which is what we like to see. And not only was that a win, but that was an Ace Tanker Mastery badge for me. Fucking English, is it my first language today? I'm not too sure. It was not only was it a win, but it was an Ace Tanker Mastery badge for me old mate Jagdpanzer General in the Skorpion. Ace Tanker Mastery badge, duelist for killing at least 2 tanks that caused damage to his vehicle in the battle. 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points. 3 bonds for the tank sniper, the high caliber, and the top gun. You get bonds for these Battle Hero awards over here on the right hand side. 3,971 hit points of damage in the end. 6 kills, 1,374 base experience. He fired 14 shots, 12 hit, 11 penetrated. Nothing wrong with that. So the only shot he didn't penetrate was the shot that hit the IS-3 at the beginning of the game. Nothing wrong with that. He got some assisted damage too, which would have added to his score as well as his credits, and he even made some good credits. Even with a standard account, 56,500 credits. That's after tax in that 7-minute game. It is a premium tank though, so you do get that credit and XP multiplier, which is one of the benefits of driving a premium tank. Speaking of premium tanks, here comes another one. This time we're looking at Maori from Lemon Clan in the KV-5. Now the KV-5 is a tank I picked up not too long ago. I think I've only played 1 or 2 games in it. And when I was first started this game, I remember seeing a video from the Mighty Jingles with the KV-4, and it was called the KV Fortress. That's what he called the name of the video. And the KV-5 looks a hell of a lot the same. In fact, it looks like the hull looks pretty much the same. The turret looks very, very similar. Not sure if the gun's the same at all, but I enjoyed the KV-4, and I'm looking forward to playing some games in the KV-5. KV-5 is a tier 8 premium Russian heavy tank. It's got preferential matchmaking, which is it's something you don't always see. You don't always see that in nowadays. Anyway, Wargaming came out. The Super Hellcats flipped himself, and Harry said, "Sorry, mate, you're on your own." Well, there's a few. When you're a tier 8 tank, top tier heavy tank, you probably want to get to the fight as quick as possible. The Super Hellcat flip. Is the FV going to help him? Come on, FV. You're not a top tier. You don't need to get straight to the fight. Now, Maori from Lemon Clan. Oh, there's a few. This is the first time I've seen this replay. I've had it sitting on my hard drive for a little while, but I didn't know that happened at the start. Anyway, the Super Hellcat's all good. He says thank you very much. He said no worries. Okay, now what's this? Reverse side scraping. The thing that the KV-5 is probably the most famous for. It's a Star Wars reference. That's right. It's a Star Wars reference. This little thing here. This is where the radio operator sits, I believe, or is it the driver? I can't remember. People talk about the R2-D2 of this tank, and that's probably why Maori is trying to do a little bit of reverse side scraping, if you like, to try to hide that. It is a very prominent frontal weak spot in the KV-5. Whenever I see a KV-5, that's what I aim for. This thing here. There's a smaller one here, which is probably the driver. I think this is the Radio Man's one. Maybe I should have researched that before. I think so. That's just from memory. Anyway, KV-5. It's big, it's slow, and What's the gun like? Well, armor piercing rounds in its 107mm gun. If Maori had any, they would do 300 alpha damage, 186 penetration. Now, 186 penetration is not massive at tier 8. However, that's yes, they got a buff. It used to be about 175, 178. And it was regarded as underpowered. It wasn't just the KV-5 that had it, though. From memory, the IS-6 had a pretty low penetrating gun, the WZ-111, the Alpine Tiger, all those Russian/Chinese heavy tanks, the ones that looked a little bit more like the IS-3, those the IS-6. You know what I mean, hopefully. Anyway, they got a bit of a buff. But it doesn't matter because Maori hasn't got any standard rounds. He's gone full APCR in this bad boy for 219mm of penetration, which is not a huge jump. But people used to often talk in the forums when I first started playing the game about, with the IS-6 especially, they would load full gold with a premium account and still make credits, no problems whatsoever. And maybe that's what Maori's doing. He could also be on a mission. He's on a mission to cause, receive, and block 1200. I'm not sure if he's going to do that at tier 8. And he also wants an ace for his... this is exactly what I've been doing, going back to my Excalibur missions. I try to get them with honours, because if you get the mission number 15 with honours, then you get a what's it called? You get an order that you can use to skip a mission that's a little bit harder. Maybe that's what Maori is trying to do. Anyway, the other thing that you might notice about Maori is he's running fuel. I'm not sure why. He's running Lend-Lease oil as a premium consumable to help his to get his speed up. He's also running food. Plenty of good players run food in a lot of tanks and maybe even in all tanks. I'm not too sure. He's got a camo net too, which did raise my eyebrow. Anyway, the score is 4-5. Maori from Lemon Clan is blocked 1500 damage. Maybe he is trying to get this one. Cause, receive, and block 1200. Let's see how he goes. He's up to 3.5 of that mission. He might do it. Reverse side scraping like an absolute boss here. He's got a clan camouflage. I think that's a clan camouflage on this tank. I'm not too sure. Drive it around here. He's blocked 1890 damage. He's got 1111 assisted damage. He's done nearly 1300 himself. However, look at the map. I've only just looked at the map and I'm thinking, I've got my concerns. And the TDs are saying, just spot KV-5. You've got tank destroyer support. They are. Look at them. Back there. I know they're tank destroyers. If the enemy poke, they'll... Yeah, there's a Skorpion G back there. We just saw how good the Skorpion G can be. There was a platoon on Maori's team, and they're gone at tier 7. I also mentioned preferential matchmaking. Preferential matchmaking, which years ago Wargaming came out and said we're not going to do preferential matchmaking tanks anymore. The ones that are out there are still going to have it. And I've got on my magical spreadsheet that I keep on with all my little tank stuff on it. I've got a table with all the preferential matchmaking tanks on it. The KV-5 is one of them. KV-5, the IS-6, which we mentioned earlier. The Panther M10, which is dead in this game. There's quite a few of them. And what preferential matchmaking is they generally don't see more than one tier higher than them. And that's what the KV-5's got. There's a couple of tanks that... will always be top tier. The Valentine 2 and the B2 at tier 4 though. But at tier 8, preferential matchmaking tanks at tier 8 will never see a tier 10 unless the platoon with somebody who can see a tier 10. That's what preferential matchmaking does. 8-6 score now. He's doing it by himself here. He's up to 5,000 for this mission out of his 12. I'm not sure if he's going to get this. 8-6 is the score. They weren't looking too good. They had so many enemy tanks were up here. And he was doing a ripper of a job spotting for his team. Don't know where that shot went. Artillery's trying to stun these guys. He's waiting for the gun to reload. He wants the kill on the T-34-100. He gets it for his third kill, and that brings the score up to 9-6. Maori from Lemon Clan. I think this is his first replay that he's sent me, unless he's undergone a name change. He has been around for a while though. I've seen him in battles. I've seen him in Clan Wars, of course. And he's over at Lemon Clan, having a great time in the KV-5. Reverse side scraping like an absolute champion. Not something I often do. Looking for this T-29, who was last spotted around here. Looks like the T-29 has skedaddled back to the base, which is probably the right thing for him to do. He's down to 329 hit points. He's a one-shot for a few tanks, and all of a sudden, the TDs are leaving the base. This guy KV is saying, righty-o, I can join the fight now. And, oh, he's not going to. There goes the IKV. Oh, my God. He just bounced a GW Tiger. You'd think auto-aiming on a GW Tiger is a safe thing to do. But no, it didn't work. The SU's back there, says the IKV. Well, they're all back there, mate. Now, that should have been a kill as well. I think he's missed out on 2 kill shots. Unfairly. But not his fault. Not Mario's fault at all. Ooh, something else just got spotted. The SU. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at this. Thank you. That's his 5th kill. All of a sudden, he's on a Top Gun. He just lost his driver, but he doesn't have a first aid kit, I should say. 13-8 the score. He's 1 kill off a Top Gun. The T29 is a one-shot. I'll be going straight for him. He's got 1,167 hit points up his sleeve. 2,688 damage done. 3,000 damage blocked by armor. Nearly 3,000 assisted damage. The Lynx goes the full YOLO on the Skorpion G. Looks like he might have got an eye for an eye medal in that one. The P44 Pantera gets rid of the T29. Mary doesn't get a Top Gun, but tell you what, still not a bad game. Let's have a look at Mary's result before we move on to game number 3 in this extravaganza. Are they all tier 8s today? Are they all tier 8s? I'm not too sure. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for my old mate Mary from New Zealand. Welcome to Get On Board Studios, Mary. Mary from New Zealand. Mary from Lemon Clan. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Bruiser Medal for doing some internal modular and crew member damage. Spotter, duelist, fighter, fire for effect, shellproof. Too many ribbons to name. We've got a couple of bonds for the Pascucci's medal for killing both artilleries and the Steel Wall for getting the most hits, at least 11. Well, he would have got more than 11 hits. Don't worry about that. With potential damage of at least 1,000. Well, he blocked over 3, I think, and survived. Side scraping in reverse. Nothing wrong with that. 2,655 hit points of damage done. 5 kills. 1466 base experience. He fired 17 shots. 13 hit. 10 went through for his 2688. He blocked over 3,000. How many hits did he receive? He received 11 hits. And only 1 went through. That's interesting. Well, that is interesting. A lot of it might have been artillery. 38,000 credits. That's after tax with a premium account. Not too bad, considering it was full APCR. Now, he might be trying to... Maybe he's trying to market. Maybe that's why he's trying to market tank. Maybe AP is not really relevant. I'm not too sure, maybe. But good game, Mary, and thank you for getting on board and sending an epic replay such as that. Let's move on to game number 3. In this extravaganza, we saw a Lynx running around in that last game, and we're going to see a Lynx running around in this one. Now, Lone Dog's on a mission. Now, it should be said, Mary, in Mary's last game, he was also on a mission to get an ace to get himself an order for that for the Excalibur missions, and he did it. Good on him. High five, and hopefully that helps him skip one of the missions that he might be struggling with or doesn't want to do. And that's what I've been doing as well. I've been going back to those Excalibur missions to try to get those mission number 15s with honours. And it gives you a free pass, a get out of jail free card if you like, to get rid of some missions that might be a bit hard. There's plenty that are a bit hard for me. Don't worry about that. This is Lone Dog from FS Clan. The Squirrels. Does this mean the Squirrels are back? The Squirrels were very, very active. A year, 2 years, I don't know ago. But Lone Dog, as well as Defiance, I think his name was. He was a really fucking nice bloke. Anyway, they were pretty active on the map, and back when Tier 8 Clan Wars was a thing. That's how long ago. Let's not breach that conversation. At least not on the Aussie server. Anyway, this is the Tier 8 Extravaganza. I'm not sure if the next one's a Tier 8 game. No, it's not. Never mind. This is Lone Dog from the Squirrels in his Lynx 6x6. Now, this is the Tier 8 French wheeled vehicles, which I can't say very well. He's on a mission. What's his mission? The aggressive recon specialist. This is for the Object 260. This is the final light tank mission. He wants to cause or spot a total of 8,000. Let's see if we can do it at Tier 8. It's on the right map. It's on Prokhorovka. Prokhorovka, if you can survive the first 5 minutes as a light tank on Prokhorovka, you'll get a good game. It's as simple as that. And by surviving, I don't mean surviving by sitting back down here, down the red lines or down in the corners. I just blocked a shot from the JT88. Good. Let's do a jump. Does a little bit of jump. Gets a bit of air. The good thing about these French wheel tanks is you can drive them like a car. Probably because, well, they got wheels. He's on this mission. His mission is to do 8,000 combined. Now, So not combined, 8,000 damage caused, including damage caused with your assistance. All right, your allies need to get it with honours. Your allies need to destroy 5 tanks that you've spotted. Well, they've already destroyed 2 of them, so he's on his way because there are only 2 dead tanks on the enemy team, and they've both been spotted by him. Let's see if we can continue to do that. Now, this mission never used to count the damage that you did when personal missions first started. They changed it. So any damage that you do, any damage that you do is counted now for this mission. So he's already up to nearly 4,000. Look down, I'm not sure if you can see to the bottom of the map. 4,046 assisted damage so far. He's knocking a few buildings over here. I think he's taking a little bit of evasive action. I haven't talked about the gun yet. Let's do that now. What's he got here? He's got HE as the first option in his loadout, which isn't a bad idea. I've done this myself. I haven't put it as my first option, but if I'm running a light tank, and if you're going to go to an aggressive spotting position on any map, if you're going to see another enemy tank, it's probably going to be another light tank. So maybe starting with high explosives is not a bad idea, especially when the enemy light tank is something that's easy to pen, like in this game. An LTTB, probably not too hard to pen, but ELC even 90, that's made of paper. Anyway, he's shooting now towards, he's still got HE going. There's a potential damage of 320, but the penetration, of course, with HE is lower. In this case, 90. APCR is the other option as the normal bullet, if you like. 240 alpha damage, 182 penetration. That's with standard. Premium is 223. Both of those options are APCR, which is a standard and premium. Now, artillery just got the kill on the Centurion, and that's brought Lone Dog's damage done up to 4,259. He's done 31 hit points of damage, and now he's shooting normal APCR rounds into the Lorraine 40-tonner. He wants some more assisted. He just got a heap of more assisted damage, and that assisted damage got it up to 5,500 out of the 8,000. Now, the win is looking fantastic. He's waiting. He's reloaded HE for the artillery, and of course that first one doesn't go through. Oh my god! And now with the premium version of this tank, the EBR FL10, it's a 2-shot auto loader. Which so if your first shot doesn't penetrate, in the case of trying to shoot artillery or a light tank, then you've got another one. He's still firing HE, but he's running around. He doesn't really care if he gets the spotting damage or if he gets the damage himself, because it all adds up for that mission, and it all adds up for his score as well. Here's another arty, you beauty. He knows like as a light tank player when you start finding artillery. Now the HE not really doing its job there. He only did it for 79 that last shot, but he did pick up some assisted damage as well as that artillery got taken out of the game. 10-2's a score. He's got 1 kill. He's got 541 damage. And he just got a heap of spotting damage now, and that combined score is now up to 7,344 at the top of the screen. 6,800 assisted damage, and there's the Pantera. Cops a shot from the Pantera. Now, Pantera can kill him, but it doesn't matter. His friends have just done it. His friends have done it for him, and he'll be high-fiving right now. You know what it's like when you get a mission, especially a mission number 15. There's the ELC even 90. Did you see how close he needed to get to the ELC? Stay away from the gun of the 53, the 53 TP just fired. Don't get run over, because the secondary condition is to survive. No, he doesn't need to survive. Who cares? He's just going to stay behind the 53 TP and annoy him. Shoots him again with HE. He's not changing. Get out of there, man. Get out of there. Gets a little bit more assist there and says, affirmative. Friendly arty hits him. Lucky there's no. Now, surviving was not, just to be clear for that mission. Just to be clear for that mission. The surviving was not a condition to get that mission with honours. Some of them are. A lot of personal missions, you have to win and survive, not just win or not just survive, whatever. Anyway, I know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you do too. That was Lone Dog from the Squirrels, FS clan. I think it's the Squirrels, the Flying Squirrels. I'm sure it is. Ace Tango Mastery Badge, Spotter Medal, Hand of God, Bruiser, 6 bonds because he got the Scout and the Patrol duty, and he clearly topped the score charts there with 1,595 damage. 694 damage done, which might not sound massive, but look at that assisted damage, 9,850, which was more than enough for the final LT-15 mission for the Object 260, which was, I think it was a total of 8,000 he needed. Well, he got over 10. He got about 10.5. He got over 10.5 with that 2 game. How'd you go with credits? He did well, because one of the best things about spotting damage is it doesn't cost you any bullets. I know it sounds really simple. It doesn't cost you any bullets. So he made 53,500 credits. That's after tax with a premium account, but that's not a premium tank. That's a normal Tech Tree light tank. Well done, Lone Dog, and welcome back to Get On Board Studios. You are an absolute legend. Speaking of absolute legends, this is Tony, TJ. Tony 500 from 7-8 Shout out to the 7-8 lads and ladettes. They are a great bunch. I've dropped into their TeamSpeak Discord, whatever you want to call it, occasionally. Now, is he on a mission? He's not on a mission. But this is a ripper. Let's have a mouthful of this first. As Tony drives his big bad tank to the northwest corner, he's possibly going this way because the enemy's got a leaf blower, which can be fucking annoying, I'll tell you right now. Shout out to TJ though. TJ is a great supporter of all the Aussie, well maybe not, a lot of all the Aussie and not just Aussie community contributors and content creators. He hangs around the chat, talks, cracks the odd jokes, and a really nice player. One day I'll get to shake this great man's hand. We've been talking about it for a while, but of course Corona makes things a little bit more challenging. Anyway, he's in the KV220-2. Now the KV220-2 was initially it was a beta kind of tank. Like you have to be a beta tester or an alpha tester or something like that. It was really hard to get. I picked one up from a set of missions years ago. I started playing in 2013, I think it was. I reckon it was soon after. This is one of the first premium tanks that I got for free. It was like one of those. It was one of the first marathons that I did, but I don't think it was too bad. Anyway, we spoke about preferential matchmaking in the second game. Preferential matchmaking means you never go 2 tiers up. Well, this is one of those tanks, preferential matchmaking tank. It's a tier 5 premium Russian heavy tank. He's got, it's got a reasonably fast firing gun. He sees the Stuart. No, the Stuart was not named after me, but look, some people choose to believe it if you like. Armor piercing rounds is standard in this bad boy. 110 alpha damage, 99 penetration. Premium is 121 penetration, which is APCR. There's one arty on the enemy team. The DW2 is dead on the enemy team, as is the BT7 and the Key Ho. Now, I don't pretend to know what a Key Ho is, but it sounds like, doesn't matter what it sounds like. 3-2 the score. Tony 500 from 7-8 clan. He's running around in the KV220-2. He's top tier. Now, the good thing about the Aussie server, if you're running around in a tank like the KV220-2 with preferential matchmaking, you're going to be top tier a lot of the time, because if there's not many people playing the game, or if there's not enough people playing the game at this tier, you're going to get bots to make up the numbers. Now this happens on the Australian server. It also happens on the Latin American server for our friends over there. And it's good for newer players, so they can get a game when they first start playing. But some of them are better than others, the bots. Let's just put it that way. Tony though, he's found this Matilda. This Matilda's a real player. And Tony's saying, I'm going to shoot you now. He's picking the right spot to shoot the Matilda at tier 4, the medium tank. It's like artillery just tried to drop one on him, but didn't quite land it. That shot doesn't go through. He's up to 991 damage already. Make that 1,090. And you can see the fast-firing gun on this KV220. Doesn't feel the need to dab the 2 key just yet, because he's penning most of his shots. And he's just looking around. There's quite a few tanks up here. The M8A1, which is a TD, also a bot, the 25 TP. Again, a bot, but that's a medium tank. Polish, I think. The Matilda's a real player, and there's another. And there's 2 M8A1. And the good thing about the M8A1s, when they're bots, or even when they're not bots, they're easy to pen. Don't worry about that. They're made out of cardboard. Anyhow, there's a KV220 on the enemy team. Now he's on 4 kills. So Tony's got his work cut. He's clearly knows what he's doing, this bloke, or he's just having a good game. You never know. The southeast has fallen. The KV220 on the enemy team is down there. You can see him on the minimap. We can't see how many hit points he's on because he's a little bit out of render range from Tony 500. Is render range because that line here. Does that make sense? You can't see past that yellow line. Anyway, see you later, Matilda. The score's 7-5. There's 3 tanks to get rid of here. You can see the looks in the BT7 on. You can see the looks in the BT7 on Tony's team have made it all the way to their base, but they haven't seen these guys. There's he wants to get rid of the medium first. Because the medium is in danger of flanking him. It looks like the medium's trying to, even though it's not a real player. They do Some of them play well, or some of them play better than others. Same as real people, right? Now he's lost his tracks. Chooses not to fix his track. Looks like he's thinking about loading HE. The score's 8-5. The looks of the BT7 are both sitting on the cap. Now that leaf blower is dead on the enemy team. He's looking for a shot towards the BDR, but the BDR's on the other side of that mountain. It finds the side of the M8A1, and that's what I meant. The M8A1, they're not too hard to shoot. There's two of them here. 614 hit points left on TJ's tank, 614 out of the 900, and he's blocking the M8, no problems, no problems whatsoever. He's firing HE into them because, like I said, they're made out of cardboard. He's firing some HE rounds, and that should be a kill. It is, and that brings the score up to 9-6. 2 kills to Tony 500 from 7-8 cap. TJ, absolute gentleman. If you want to, TJ's often in the stream, often getting on board and having a great time. Now, what are we doing? Scores 10-6. Tony's on 2 kills, 2,000 hit points of damage, which is more than double the amount of hit points that he came into this game with. 600 damage block, 660, a little bit of assisted damage. Now it's flight. There's 3 heavy tanks remaining. Now they're both around here. The BDR G1B. Try to say that 10 times. The KV220 hasn't been seen for a while. There he is on 500 and 570 hit points. Now he's dabbed a 2 key because the KV220 can be it's pretty good at blocking shots, but TJ knows where to shoot it. He's aiming in exactly the right place. The turret, the cheeks of the turret are pretty good. All right there. You can see where he's aiming right there. He's aiming towards the turret, but there's also a little machine gun. A little machine gun there on the body of the tank. But he's penetrating that turret, no problems. He is losing a little bit of health because the enemy KV220 is also dabbed a 2 key, which, look, it's the right thing to do when you come up against a heavily armoured tank. TJ picks up the kill, bringing the score up to 11-6, but now he's down to 160 hit points. That BDR is a real player as well. Tony shoots him. Shoots him again. But the BDR still does have the hit point advantage, but he's blocking the BDR like an absolute legend, sticking with the APCR rounds because these are the last. He wants to get this. He has been bouncing. It must have a bit of armor. The BDR, like it's a little bit of almost in the shape of a circle. He fixes his tracks, doesn't fix his gun. Well, he's not shooting at range, and the B1, which is not a real player, is the last enemy tank remaining. 4 kills to Tony 500 from 7 ACAV clan. And the KV220-2, the Tier 5 premium preferential matchmaking Russian heavy tank. It's coming around this corner. Ready to rock and roll. He's not looking his way, so he'll say no problems. Thank you very much. He's still got the APCR rounds loaded. That one bounced. He did turn his gun around to shoot at TJ. But look, it's a Tier 4 tank. I'm tipping, look, I don't know much about the V1s, but I'm tipping the Tier 4 gun isn't going to be too good up against the KV220-2. He's blocked nearly 2,000 hit points. His damage is up to 3,369, and that'll be his 5th kill. Enough to carry the game, let's be honest. Nobody else got more than 2. TJ, not bad, mate. Not bad at all. Let's have a look at the result before we wind up today's video. That was Tony 500 from 7 ACAV clan. The man I'd love to meet one day. One day when the coronavirus is all over, we'll all be able to have a beer or a bourbon or a glass of champagne and celebrate that we're all still alive, hopefully. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge from our mate Tony from 7A Club. Bruiser Medal, Jeweler's Fighter, Fire for Effect, Shellproof. You got some bonds for the steel wall and the high caliber. And have a look at that one. Clearly carried that one. 1,754 base experience. For reference, and there was another game which was in the 1700s. For reference, sometimes an ace is a bit over 1,000 base experience. Sometimes normally I would say 1,200 is an ace tanker. 1,754, that's nearly 1.5 times the score you generally need for an ace tanker mastery badge. 3,396 hit points of damage. That is a pretty good score. Again, for reference, when I was marking tier 5 tanks, if you got 1,000 damage a game, your mark would go up. Generally, some tanks were a little bit different, but generally 1,000 was the magic number. If anything under 1,000 and you... Anyway, 5 kills, 55 shots fired, 43 hit, 31 went through, 3,396 damage, 1,895 damage blocked by armor, and a little bit of assisted damage as well. Even made credit. Now, this is a tier 5 tank. Remember, when you see these big credit games, it's normally a tier 8 tank. This is a tier 5 tank. 84 and a bit thousand credits after tax with a premium account. Not too bad, considering there was some APCR in there. And it's only tier 5. Normally at tier 5, a good game, you might look a really good game, you might make 50,000. But that was 84 and a bit Not bad, TJ. Not bad at all. Once again, everybody, thank you for the replays. This has been an extravaganza. It's Saturday. Happy Saturday. Hope your weekend's going well. Tony 500 from 7AK. What a bunch of legends over there. My old mate Lone Dog from the Squirrels. Does that mean the Squirrels back? If Lone Dog's on his way to getting an Object 260, or maybe he's already got it. Maori from Lemon Clan. Lemon are back. Don't worry about that. They're on board. And in the KV-5, another preferential matchmaking tank. And my old mate Jagdpanzer General. Thank you very much. In the Rheinmetall Skorpion. Skorpion with a K. I mentioned the K because there's a C one. Skorpion with a C. It's Tier 7 American, and it's tiny. Not about the size, though. It's how you use it. Once again, thanks for the replays, everyone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Facebook. This is YouTube, Facebook, Discord, Twitch. Links are all down there. Giveaways at every milestone with our followers up to 2,000. How good's that? Take care and see you all next time.